Hi, this is Dr. Katie Chobot, and I'm here to answer your questions about cat wellness exams today.
How often should your cat have wellness exams?
Most adult cats that are well need a wellness exam at least once a year, but if your cat is 7 or over or has a chronic illness, we may recommend more frequent exams like twice a year.
What does the physical exam include?
Yeah, the physical exam includes a history of finding out how your cat's doing at home, what food it's eating, and how much, and any behavior questions or concerns. We'll also look at your cat's alertness, their body condition, if they're overweight or underweight, look at their mouth and their gums, look at their eyes and their ears, look for signs of illness. Listen to their heart, listen for murmurs, listen to their lungs. We also palpate the organs in their abdomen and look at their skin and their hair coat and palpate their joints, and basically a whole nose to tip of tail exam to make sure they look healthy.
What about vaccines? What vaccines does my cat need?
Core vaccines for cats. First is rabies vaccine, and this one is required by law because it is a virus that's contagious to people and deadly to people. The other core vaccine is called FVRCP, and this is basically an upper respiratory vaccination, and we do recommend those two core vaccines. We do also offer a 3-year vaccine schedule for those core vaccines if it's appropriate for your cat. And then we also have non-core vaccine of feline leukemia. And this would depend on your cat's health history and lifestyle, whether or not that vaccine is appropriate for your cat as well.
What types of tests does my cat need?
Your cat would benefit from, at the very least, a fecal check every year to screen for intestinal parasites. But it's also a great idea to run some blood work that would include a CBC to make sure their red and white cell and platelet counts are normal, and a chemistry that checks on their organ function, and also maybe a urinalysis, and that would be checking to make sure they don't have signs of crystals or infection or inflammation in their bladder.
What parasite prevention does my cat need?
We do recommend that they have heartworm prevention year-round, even for our indoor cats. There's a great video about heartworm disease in cats, and I would encourage you to check out that video. Also, there are intestinal parasites that we recommend having prevention for that monthly as well. And we certainly can adapt the treatment based on what we find on the fecal results as well.
What should my cat be eating?
Cats are obligate carnivores, so that means they are only meat-eating animals. So make sure your cat is eating a food designed for cats, and make sure they're eating a food designed for their life stage. So kittens should be eating kitten food, adult cats adult food, senior cats senior food, and maybe that's dry, maybe that's canned, maybe it's a combination of both, but just making sure that it's appropriate for their age and stage in life.
And then how much should my cat be eating?
I always recommend starting feeding somewhat based on what the bag recommends. However, I also think you have to adjust based on your cat's individual metabolism. So looking at their body condition regularly, putting your hands on them, feeling their ribs, palpating their abdomen, running your hand along their back to see if they are overweight or underweight, and adjusting the amount of food you feed based on your cat's body condition.
And then are there any specific dietary recommendations for my cat's health conditions?
That's certainly something we're happy to discuss with you. And there are some prescription lines of food or special foods for sensitive stomachs. We adjust those recommendations based on your cat's needs.
Will my cat need dental care as well?
That's part of the physical exam, is evaluating your cat's mouth, looking for signs of redness of the gums, tartar on the teeth, swelling, masses. And if we find disease in your cat's mouth, we will recommend dental care. And there's a great video about cat dental care that you can check out as well.
How can I maintain my cat's dental health?
You may want to consider brushing your cat's teeth daily. Certainly you can get them used to eating a yummy flavored toothpaste that they may like. And there's another great video about brushing your pet's teeth that you may want to check out with more tips on that as well.
Should I ask my vet about my cat's behavior during wellness exams?
Oh, we love having behavior questions, and we're happy to support you and answer any questions you may have about your cat's behavior. We at Covington feel like we want to support that bond that you have with your pet and making your pet's life the best possible way. So we encourage you to ask any behavior questions you have about your pet during wellness exams.
Okay. And why are wellness exams important?
I really think wellness exams for cats are very important. Cats really don't have words to tell us when they're not feeling well, and they are particularly good at hiding when they are not feeling well, even more so than dogs. And so having them come in on an annual basis lets us do a good exam and do testing to test for illness so that we can advocate for them living their most healthy lives possible.
What should I do to prepare for my cat's wellness exam?
So before you bring your cat to the vet, you may want to feed them a smaller breakfast just so they come in maybe a little bit hungrier and more excited about eating our treats. I would definitely encourage you to get them used to being in the carrier and being used to travel. We have a great video on getting your cat used to the carrier, and you can check that out as well. And then certainly if your cat experiences stress in the car or at the veterinary practice, we often prescribe anxiety medication, and we can talk with you about that on an individual basis because we want your cat to have a positive experience for its exam and its visit and reduce the stress that you experience bringing them in to visit us as well. But if you have any further questions, feel free to contact us at Covington Veterinary Hospital.